guys, do we think like the general consensus of footballs, as not just say you guys, I'm saying everyone, have people underestimated Man City and Pep Guardiola?
Massively. This season in particular, anyway. And I think it's in part the way that the media and fans across the board had such an emphasis on what Liverpool did in the summer in terms of, Man City looked way off it last season. We didn't know what was going to happen when Rodri came back. Liverpool have spent all of this money. Man City have recruited in a way that maybe on paper, unless you may be like one of those, you watch Wire Scouts or things like that, you're probably looking at some of those players on paper and thinking, okay, but did he really take City back to being 4-peat City or 100-point City? We're not sure, and we're not convinced. So with Liverpool doing what they've done off the back of winning, Arsenal being the most stable side and having, new players in there and getting a striker, most people were kind of putting their energy towards Arsenal and Liverpool. And at the time, it was probably logical to do so. But one of the things, and it was kind of the rude awakening, and I got it when we played them the other week, was you can't underestimate Pep for a minute, because he is an absolute, he's obsessive with it. Like when you think he hasn't got nothing left to give, he now turns two centre midfielders that aren't really about that life, turns them into fullbacks, and he's got them sourcing. Do you know what I mean? He's like, right, I don't need to go direct to Liverpool the way that we've been going direct with more teams to Haaland, but I'll just isolate your right back and I'll put Doku on there and let Doku have the game of his season so far. Like, he still finds ways, and I still think he's got a complement of a team there that they might lose more games, they might concede more goals, but there's enough quality where they won't go on such a downturn in form in the way that Liverpool have so far this season. I think City will be probably the most consistent. Now, if that consistency gets them over the line, it's a different question. I don't know whether Arsenal are just going to have one of those stretches of runs of games where it doesn't matter what you do mathematically. They've just put, 15 wins, 16 wins on the board back to back. You're just not catching them. But I think City's form now, they'll feel that they've definitely got an opportunity massively over the next couple of games.
You know what?
And you've just got to be careful, bro, because Arsenal fans are getting giddy, and I'm happy, I'm happy that it's them getting giddy, because, as I say, I've just got my trophy. I'm quite happy, content right now for the time being. I need to pick things back up all over again. Feels like I need to start again. But City, you can't sleep on City and Pep, bro. If you sleep on City and Pep, you're about to get
You know what? I feel like when
slumped.
we've done the predictions in August, I alluded to Pep. I said he's the best manager in the league. Now, he never had a good season last season, but you can't take away the fact what he's actually on when it comes to this football thing. You've said it, Errol, bro. My man's obsessed, bro. He's not normal. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And then I feel like for me, again, when it came to the transfers, I said, Donnarumma. We see how Arsenal went to another level when they got Raya. Like, Donnarumma is a serial. I don't even know how, even looking back at it, PSG are crazy, bro.
But the mad thing is, sorry to cut you there. With Donnarumma, he's another example of not playing the typical step style of footy, but I'll still make it work with what I've got right here, right now in the
100.
moment. And to add to that, if you'd asked me 3 weeks ago, I would have said, no, we've not underestimated, because Haaland's doing kind of what Salah did, but he probably aren't got this. All of a sudden, I'm like, it's not Haaland is going to be their gunman. But Pep is their shooter, bro. He's the guy he's just on it differently. And that's where I've realized again in the recent weeks. And again, you've got to take your licks, and
you know what's so crazy? I think what's so surprising there, because if Haaland played for Chelsea, I can say if he played for United, if he played for Arsenal, if he played for Liverpool, the amount of PR this guy will be getting will be nuts, bro. Yeah. I don't know, it's not like he's world class, but it's like, why is there's not that much noise around the
We
Haaland,
take him for granted. We already take somebody like him for granted, 100%.
It's mental.
Haaland set the bar too high.
Yeah. For a striker, 100%.
He's done a treble already at City, bro. Like, it's mental.
Do you know what it is, though? I'm gonna be real. It's City, innit? Like, no one cares. I'm gonna be so real. That's what it is. You just mentioned if he's at another club, the clubs you mentioned, his PR and his status will be a lot higher. But we just take it for granted because it's under Pep, it's under Man City, and it is what it is. They're doing a mad thing. Haaland is doing a mad thing, bro.
So tell me why when Harry Kane was at Spurs, at lesser team,
he's English.
Crazy numbers.
He's English.
Maybe
You don't
so.
need to ask me the question. He's English.
Also, for City as well, don't forget, this might be a bit tongue-in-cheek, but, you know, the media now, these next few weeks as well, by not underestimating them, they've got that absolute in Phil Foden and his exquisite passing, his glorious vision that makes people like Eberici Eze tap a ball in because of all of the great work that he done getting him that ball.
Do you know where it gets techie for City? And I don't know which way this is going to go for them in terms of how it plays out for the rest of the season. But they're in a moment now where you could arguably say Arsenal could lose some points in the next 4 or 5 weeks. City could potentially gain ground. I'm not saying they're going to overtake, but they could gain ground. All of a sudden, City going into the January window would look very competitive in towards that back stretch of the season. And some people will probably call them favourites. Once this 115 news drops, the pressure from the people above City to make the right play, and as I say, at this moment at time of recording, I don't know which way that's going to go, but for them to try and make sure that, all right, we're going to end up taking a fine, all right, but we don't want to lose points this season because we could be on for a title this season. It could get political around City very quickly, but that could also be Arsenal's best chance of locking off the league if they're so good, but they end up getting 10 points docked off them.
When is that? When is that, Errol?
Bro,
when is that?
I'm pretty sure he was saying the end of November, the 115. But I think I seen a headline the other day. I haven't looked at the full article saying that they've just been hit with a new charge of some description. So they're in off the field stuff is the only thing that is really gonna sour City's season in the here and now. I don't know how the punishment would look if they was to be found guilty. Would it defer to next year? Would it apply this season? We don't know. But them being in a competitive space is peak for everybody because the brown paper envelopes that I'll be getting dished out, it's gonna be mad, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
You seen the video where all the lawyers pull up though? That man got every single lawyer in the world, bro. You know what I'm saying? That money talk. So I don't know, man. I don't know. These big clubs seem to be getting away with things, bro. Is what you know what I mean? I don't know how severe these punishments will be. You know what I mean? We got to ask Hands about that. He's got away with a couple stuff already. You know what I'm saying? So,
but listen,
money talks. That's the thing I'll say.
Money talks, man. But no, City's next fixtures are Newcastle, Leverkusen in the Champions League, Leeds at home, Fulham away, Sunderland, and they got Real Madrid and then Crystal Palace in it. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, not the worst fixtures about, but I feel like they could definitely pull it together. You know what I'm saying?
You did mention their next fixtures, but let's talk about their next fixtures is Newcastle away. I know Newcastle are not.
They play calm there. They play calm there, bro. Honestly,
you reckon?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, and Newcastle in a weird environment, man. But Vertemade, bro, top talent right now, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's playing well, but yeah, Newcastle, you never know what they're gonna get, but they could easily win. I'm not gonna lie to you, they could.
Newcastle need the result because they're languishing at the moment. They really do need some level of result. They tend to play a bit better at home as well, but I think Eddie Howe's just having a bit of a tough time of it at the moment. And I think the international coming off the back of an international break, it's always hard to predict, the automatic form that these teams come back in. I wouldn't be surprised if City were just the more regimented in that sense, where they're just a little bit more drilled.
Guess who they got the early kickoff? They're trying to bump us, bro. They're trying to bump us. Why we got Burnley first game back, bro? Tough, bro. We're gonna get onto that anyways, but
we're gonna get onto that. Let's move away from City. I'm just gonna read out some of the comments. We all underestimated them. I can't lie, but I made a TikTok after their 4-0 win that they're gonna be right in it, and you can never count out Pep Guardiola. Unfortunately, facts. I think that was against Wolves. Yeah. The football guy says, big up yourself, my bro. People can't wait for Pep to leave. I'm with you. Pep is basically like the reverse tax of Bundesliga tax. Add an extra 15 just because the strength of the manager. I hear it. He's inevitable, pretty much. Young Fug's lawyer there, mad thing. Bro, that's what I'm saying. These man's lawyers are up, sir. They're busting case, unfortunately.
I think, you know what it is? I feel like when you do a bit of fuckery and it's not right, you got bad boy lawyers in it. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, like you're not gonna
Yeah.
So,
The
Facts,
Joe
and then
Proctors, the Harvey Specters,
Yes,
I
yes.
know.
the
Yo.
Annalise Keatons, all of
Hey,
them ones coming out there,
Angela
bro.
Valdez and all them people there.
All
Hey,
of them, bro.
last one, City are gonna win the league, and this is on all this Arsenal got the best squad in the league is a lie because I think City got the best, and also quality of City players ain't the same as Arsenal's team. That's an opinion, bro. It's not a lie.
I think he makes a good point. I just don't think we had definitely I didn't have the data or the length of games there, say, from all those players that City pulled in for me to feel I could back them. And then for him to then convert some of them into other positions as well. I wouldn't have predicted those moves, but they didn't buy the left back, they didn't buy the right back. So you might now look like they're at the level, but when they was bought and brought in, I just didn't know enough about them to be confident that they was.
And one thing I just want to say quickly is that sometimes change ain't good, you know. Change ain't good. And
I'm living it. I'm living it.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm living it, bro.
You know what
I'm
I
living
mean?
it.
So listen, man. Yeah, you gotta work with what you got sometimes.
Nah, most definitely.